Prepare to embark on a gaming odyssey unlike anything you've experienced before, as Capcom's highly anticipated sequel, Dragon's Dogma 2, beckons you to new lands, dungeons, mythical creatures, and a captivating storyline. Arm yourself, ready your pawns, and brace for an immersive adventure that begs the question, will this game surpass the heights reached by its predecessor? Let's delve into the details. Taking an initial look at the game, one cannot help but marvel at the breathtaking visuals powered by the Capcom RE engine. For those considering diving into the world of Dragon's Dogma for the first time, the prospect may seem daunting. However, fear not, as the game graciously allows newcomers to join the fray, without having to play the first installment. A protagonist with amnesias provide a fresh starting point, making this narrative-driven action RPG accessible to both longtime fans and those like myself eager to explore this universe for the first time. The release date, set for March 22nd, heightens the anticipation. Having recently delved into Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen for the first time as a devoted Monster Hunter fan here, I couldn't help but draw parallels between the two franchises. The gameplay is undeniably enjoyable, featuring exploration of a vast open world with dangers particularly as night falls. Yet certain aspects of the game appear outdated by contemporary standards, for instance, the need to open your inventory to use healing items. Fortunately, Dragon's Dogma 2 promises an evolution in this regard, allowing players to equip consumables for seamless use. It's worth noting that this game might not cater to everyone due to its inherent difficulty. The monsters hit hard, demanding strategic gearing and leveling for success, though it distinguishes itself from the Souls-like genre. The game will have minimal HUD for a more immersive experience as you explore. This is something I really enjoyed with my time in the game, like Elden Ring or Pal World. In its vast open world, finding bosses to fight, exploring dungeons and loot, collecting that sweet loot. Dragon's Dogma 2 will be no exception to this. This game is apparently 4 times larger than the first game. It's described as both vast and densely populated with exciting encounters. The sense of wonder and discovery versus knowing you have to head to a marker to uncover what's there. The main quest allows the player to explore and play various quests freely, doing away with the quest board seen in the first game. NPCs and pawns will be giving you points of interest and quest information for a more organic experience. Also, you may run into unexpected events like being attacked by a griffin on your way to completing a side quest. There is limited fast traveling requiring fairy stones. There is the option to use ox carts, but you risk running into potential monster ambushes. Traveling on foot is free but extremely risky in the world. In this installment, the game introduces the lost gauge mechanic, where each hit you take loses a portion of your max health. The only way to get this health back is to rest. This, in combination with how camp works, since when you set up camp to rest, especially at night, things lurk in the dark. It brings unexpected events like a possible monster returning for its revenge. This will certainly require some strategic planning and the cost associated with the option you choose, with the risk and reward.
To teleport back to that port crystal in those towns, you need a fairy stone. And fairy stones are extraordinarily expensive and very rare. So it is a very real decision when you're like, wow, like I am out in the wilderness and I desperately need to go to an inn, or really my equipment is not good for this area, or like so many different things. Because when you're out in the wilderness, the only way to rest is at a campsite, but you can't do that without a camp pack either, which is also a very expensive resource you don't generally find a lot of. Yeah, they're so heavy. Oh my god, you just like brought back I spent so much time doing inventory management because I didn't realize how heavy those camp packs are. So there are real detriments to bringing resources with you so that you can rest in the wilderness. So you kind of have to make your decisions very carefully when you're traveling.
I hope to see more new varieties and creatures compared to the first, outside of the elusive Sphinx, which looks super badass yet scary all at the same time. I have seen previous mythical creatures like the Griffin and Chimera making their return. More secret boss fights you can come across or stumble upon is certainly welcome in this game, which I hope to see. The pawn system makes it return, allowing you to command your companion. Similar to the first, you'll be able to acquire other people's pawn to be used in your party, but you won't won't be able to co-op with others in this game. They play a much more integral role guiding players through the world, pointing out quests, objects of interest, and potential dangers, contributing to a more immersive experience. In Dragon's Dogma, the game director and lead developer have improved more on the AI pawns since the first game. I remember when this game was first released or watching others play it, a common complaint I agree with myself was how talkative the pawns were. They made an effort to avoid repeating the same thing at different stages and play a significant role, leading you to quests or advice during gameplay. Pawns will possess distinct personalities and absorb knowledge from quests, showcasing their individuality and providing diverse information based on their unique experiences. Returning will be vocations or classes as well as new vocations. 10 vocations featured so far are Fighter, Archer, Thief, Mage, Warrior, Sorcerer, Magic Archer, Mystic Spearhand, and the 2 new ones are Trickster and the latest during State of the Play, Warfarer. If it's anything like the first game, I anticipate there will be advanced vocations and probably can be acquired through quests to unlock. Some of the previous classes have undergone changes like the Warrior vocations, with new abilities like Barge to stun enemies and a passive skill for faster regular attacks. A new vocation is the Trickster in Dragon's Dogma 2, which has a unique playstyle that differs from traditional ones like Melee, Thieves, Archer, and Mages. It's a Pacifist vocation, wielding a ceremonial censer that does minimal damage, using special abilities to attract enemies, clone in order to teleport, create illusions, and fool enemies into perceiving a false surface or walls, astral projection for scouting purposes, buff your party, and more. The other new vocation introduced is Warfarer, which can use weapons and skills of every vocation. Consider it the jack of all trades but master of none, with low base stats compared to the rest. It looks like during the trailer you can switch weapons at any given time, even during combat. In conclusion, Dragon's Dogma 2 promises an unparalleled gaming experience, blending stunning visuals with an engaging narrative, vast open-world exploration, and challenging gameplay. As a highly anticipated sequel, it caters to both fans of the original and newcomers alike, with the protagonist's amnesia to easily jump into the game. From what I've seen so far, it shows significant improvements over its predecessor, introducing a large world, dynamic encounters, and a lost gauge mechanic for added challenge. The pawn system, now more refined, plays a crucial role in guiding players through the immersive world with improved AI, distinct personalities, and unique knowledge absorption. The pawns contribute to a more engaging and individualized experience. The addition of the new vocations enhances the gameplay variety, providing players with exciting skills and strategy. As we eagerly await its release, Dragon Dogma 2 holds the promise of an epic adventure that may well surpass the expectations set by its predecessor. I can't wait to experience this game come March. Let me know what you think of this game and what class will you be running. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.